Hi guys, STRuK here. I'm going to be doing another commentary for my friend Juan. This one's going to be slightly different in that we are going to discuss guns. We're not doing any strategies, anything I've done before. This one's going to be purely guns and gun work. I've done little segments like this before with people individually. I'm going to make it kind of general and make it for everybody. Alright, so I'm going to discuss the two rifles and the op, just for now, no pistols or nade work, and how I use them at different ranges and what you should think about in your own playstyle. Some of you guys are going to be to the point where you're already very comfortable with your gun work and all it is a little bit of game tactics and thinking, so you might be past this level. If you're not, you might see some things that you didn't think about before or didn't understand before that top players use, and maybe it'll help you be a better just pure fragger. Alright, so we're going to discuss the Colt at first, and I'm not going to be using the silencer too much here. Silencer I only use in certain situations. If I need to be playing in the smoke, if I'm clutching, let's say it's a 2-on-2, 2-on-1, because if I have the silencer on, I kill one guy, it takes the other guy longer to react to where I am because he doesn't necessarily know where that shot came from. With the silencer, there's a better chance of that happening. And if I'm trying to flank, then I use the silencer also. Otherwise, I usually use it non-silenced, just because at range like from here to that garage door over there, it will do an extra 3 to 4 damage per bullet, and instead of doing, let's say I miss my headshot, it will take me 4 bullets to kill a guy in the chest instead of 5, and that's a big difference when you're playing against an AK, which will kill you in probably 3, sometimes 4 in the chest if he misses you 2. So it's the non-silenced Colt will give you an advantage in killing quicker, so I use it as much as possible. Okay, so we're going to discuss in 3 different ranges. We're going to discuss in the long range, as long range is this being from basically this wall back here to the wall over there. We're going to do medium ranges, which is about from that wall, that edge of that white window wall to here, and then close ranges is basically when guys are rushing you and you're like right here. This would be considered close range, and we're going to discuss each gun in those 3 details. Okay, and then we're going to do an quick op segment too. So with the Colt, at this range, Colt is in source especially really easy to handle gun. And how we're going to be using it is in long bursts. Lots of players make the mistake of using the Colt as an AK. They do 2 burst or 3 burst, and they'll go like that, which is 3 bursts strafe, 3 burst strafe, 3 burst strafe, or 2 burst. It's not really a good idea. You want to put down as many bullets as quickly as possible. If you're holding a position in CT, you're always each watching a spot. Once in a while there'll be 2 players watching the same spot, depending on what kind of strategy you're using. You want to put down as many bullets as quickly as possible if you miss that first headshot, because if you kill that first guy, you get to pull away from one. You don't have to find another guy. You get to pull away, call, and if you guarantee yourself, if you put down a lot of bullets, most likely you're going to kill that guy if he doesn't headshot you first. And if you don't headshot him first, always aim at the head. But if you miss that and you put down a lot of bullets quickly, then your chances are you're going to kill him. That gives you room and time to go for the next guy. If you take a lot of time to kill the first guy, the second guy who's going to be following him, because T's usually stick together, is going to also be shooting you, and you're going to die. So it's important that you quickly take care of the first guy so you can move on to the next target. Alright, so what we're going to be doing is basically we're shooting, if you have about a crosshair scale of, I use a crosshair scale of 1000, in-game resolution of 800 by 600. So how I'm playing is, if this is my center, right there, if that's my center, I am shooting my first 2 or 3 bullets right where the center of my crosshair is. And for my third and fifth bullet, I shoot about a 5-bullet burst, sometimes 6. I pull down a half a crosshair length. So if this is my crosshair, I pull it down to the top of my crosshair, to the very top of the crosshair line. And each time I'm doing that, so it's going to be in slow motion. 1, 2, 3. I start pulling down. 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And about the 6th bullet, I'm down to the top of my crosshair, and I keep resetting every time I do that. So if there's a bunch of targets, the first guy comes out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on each target. And I try and, as I've seen, I'm not even just explaining, I'm doing it already naturally. It's just something I do just playing so long. I cut the corner as much as I can, so it takes the other guy, it gives me more time to reset. As you see, I was moving left, so if I'm holding angle right here, I'm cutting the corner more, I do it again, I'm cutting the corner more, I do it again for each guy that comes out. Basically, it's just something that's programmed within me from playing so long. So cut the corner, and 3 bullets, 4, 5, 6, and it's going to be extremely accurate in that way. One more little thing that you can do with the Colt is a tap. I sometimes do that in between bursts just to settle my gun. It's a good way to put down even more bullets really quickly. If you're not killing the guy, let's say he's strafing back and forth, and you burst him, then it's a good way to keep putting a bunch of bullets accurately on the same spot while you're in between your bursts. So you want to burst, tap, 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 burst, just however the gun feels. If it feels out of control, you might want to burst a little bit. I do it a lot more with the AK, so I'll show that more so with AK. So once in a while I burst. If you watch some demos with some of the top players, that you'll see that they burst once in a while and then they tap. Let's say if a guy's getting away behind the box, they'll tap a little bit. Especially if it's a really, really long distance, then tapping is really effective. So mix that in with your bursts. Now, before I continue with any of the gun stuff, really quickly I want to mention is the strafe work, and I don't think enough players know about this. This is really important in both 1.6 and Source. If you're holding down left, I'm going to do it in slow motion, and you let go without pressing back right, you glide to a finish. I don't know if you can see it right there. I let go and I glide to a finish. I glide to a stop. But if I press right and I press left right away, right after, just tap it really quick, I stop quickly, and that makes my aim accurate when I stop. So I left, right, right, left, left, right, and I stop quickly. That's really important with your strafing while you're bursting, because every time you stop, if you stop quickly, your aim resets in an accurate way. If I just let go of my left, I glide to a finish, and that counts as movement in the game, and your aim won't be as accurate as if you were standing still. So it is important that you learn to strafe by countering the movement with the opposite direction. So you always stop abruptly. As you see, I'm always stopping abruptly. Okay, so always counter that last movement with a tap of the other direction that the opposite direction that you were going. Alright, so in fast motion I'm going to do a few bursts and show you the results, and then we're going to move on medium range. So as you can see on my screen is that I'm doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and the 5, 6 I'm starting to pull down. And I'm always aiming at the head. As soon as the guy comes out, I snap to his head, and then I do that kind of pattern. So if I miss my first shot, my second, third, fourth, fifth shot will be around the upper chest area, neck area. Sometimes I get lucky and I still get a headshot, so because it's around the neck area. So once again, oh, and I ran out of bullets. So we will go to medium range. I'm going to restart the round. I'm going to do one more long range real quick for you guys. So as you see, it's pretty accurate. Most of my bullets are right on top of each other, very quick. It's 30 bullets. I have 1, 2, 3 bullets, which are kind of off the mark there. So once again, accurate bullets, quick. Aim for the headshot first. The majority of bullets are one on top of one CT target. Alright guys, now we're going to do medium ranges. Now with medium range with the Colt, I almost always full on 10, 15 burst until the guy is dead. You don't want to give up with the Colt at this range because it's just too accurate. And with good control, you can get headshots at this range consistently from one target to the next target to the next target. So if there's 3 different targets here, 1, 2, 3, I can get the first target, I can get the second target, I can get the third target. So those are my 3 headshots, really quick. It's really important that you do not do the AK type style battle within medium ranges. People do that and they waste too much time fighting one guy and they die. When you're in a medium range battle with an AKer, chances are you've committed to the site or whatever it is already, and so you probably want to kill him, because if you don't kill him, his teammate will kill you. So important that you kill him quick, because at that range you're already coming into a site most likely. Okay, so this is the same concept, except I'm pulling probably on the 4th or 5th bullet instead of the third at this range. So if I have my first target in slow motion, it will be 1, 2, 3, 4. I start pulling down 5, 6, and then I'm switching to the next. Well, if he dies right away, I'm switching right away. But in one little spot, it'd be 5, 6. I'm starting to pull down. And you're going to pull down, once the full spray is on, you're going to pull down about a full crosser length. So if this is the center of my crosser, I'm going to put down, that's half, and there's another one, another half. So it's a full crosser length. So from the tip of my crosser to the bottom of my crosser is the amount of range I'm going to pull down my crosser. And remember, that's about, I'm using a crosser scale of 1000, so you guys have to judge it depending on your own crossers. The tip of the crosser is at this scale is perfect for me, so that's your guys' call. Okay, so once again, I'm going to demonstrate doing that full on. So at medium range, standing up. Now, lots of players like to duck. Sure, you can do that. Sometimes you can't. You can't do it because, let's say, you're in a pit. Let's say you're in a pit over there in season. You can't really duck. So I'll do it standing up. But it's a little more difficult than standing up, and I'll discuss how recoil works. There's 2 different types of recoil, and players don't know about this. Some players at even Cal M levels don't know about this. There's a vertical recoil, and that is always consistent. It's always going to be the same amount of range. So on AK, obviously it's more, Colt it's less. You pull down the same amount of range for a Colt each single time, and AK every single time. And I just discussed with the Colt is one full crosser length at a crosser scale of 1800 at a resolution of 800 by 600. It's a full crosser length. The side-to-side recoil is always going to be different. There's no one way of controlling it, because it is like a card game on the computer where you just get random cards each time. Sometimes you will feel like the crosshair swings left. Sometimes it swings right slowly. Sometimes it just jerks left, jerks right at certain different degrees. The Colt does it at more minor degrees than the AK, so it's easier to control. It feels like an easier gun to control. And what you need to do basically is, while you have your vertical compensation set after the full spray, you will have to get the crosser back to the center when the crosser feels like it's pulling left, pulling right, etc. And this is like a feel type thing. You have to learn to feel out when it's pulling, when it's jerking. Okay? So this is my center of what I'm trying to do. In slow motion, I'm going to be shooting about 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to start pulling down 7, 8, 9, but I'm going to finish around here. That's a full crosser length. and then I'm just going to be reacting to the left and right motion of my crosshair. So I'm doing it ducking first. Here it is. So that's a full spray. The majority of my bullets are first headshot length. If I don't make the headshot, that's right on top of a body right there. Lots of bullets. The majority of my bullets in close range. So I'm going to do another one really quick with because I needed more ammo. So right there, let's say that's my target, medium range, ducking. As you see, I was pulling towards my left right there because I could feel like my crosshair was pulling right. So I was just readjusting against my crosshair. Almost all my bullets except 4 bullets are onto the left. That's, you know, that's very close tight on my spray. One more right there. Once again, that wasn't as tight each time. It's a little different depending on how quickly I react. But still, the majority of my bullets are one little location. If you think of nuke on door, for example, if, let's say guys are coming out, that's the majority of them are gonna die right there. Okay, so that's fairly tight at a medium distance. That's pretty decent. So once again, start pulling down your 5th bullet and just react to the jerks. On close range, and now I'm going to do one more standing up really quickly too. This is slightly different because there's more jerkiness obviously, but it's the same concept. It's the same concept. So that's where my bullets are going to go. Once again, standing up at a medium distance. That's pretty tight for a medium distance standing up spray. And as you see, it was a lot more jerky. I'm not sure how good the video capture is working on that, but it's a lot more jerky. But I'm reacting against the left and right motion of the jerks. I didn't get any kind of swing that time. It was just jerkiness, and I just quickly react and save. The quicker I react to my jerkiness, the more bullets I save in the accuracy. So it's just that's basically how good you become as a recoiler, is just reacting to the jerkiness quickly while other people are shooting at you. So it might take a little while for you guys to get used to it. It's not something that you can think about. You have to feel it out eventually, and it just comes naturally. At close range, there is nothing more with a Colt that you should be doing than full-on spraying. Remember to be pulling down about your 6th, 7th bullet at full range and close range. It is important that if you have no targets though, that you do not continue spraying into an open area hoping the guys will run into it. What you want to do is this quick type of reactionary recoil. Meaning, if let's say I'm holding right here and all the T's for some reason want to rush me. Let's say the whole team wants to rush me and I'm here. The first guy shoot until he's dead, and I want to repeat quickly. So instead of continue shooting and hoping they all run into me, let's say it's an eco. It's an eco. I'm going to restart so I have more money. I mean more bullets. Say it's an eco and they're all rushing this corner and I'm holding it. I want to kill the first guy and stop shooting, even though I know it's an eco. Let's say I was here and I spotted all of them and I pull back. I know they're all rushing me, but you don't want to just stand there keep shooting that one spot. You want to react for every single target. So first guy comes out, I kill him. 2nd, 3rd, I stop. 4th, 5th. You don't want to just stand there shooting full on all 30 bullets. You want to react to every single target separately. You're going to be a quick thinker to be able to do this. So don't be like a stream of bullets like a laser. That's not how it works. You want to be first guy until he dies. If a second guy appears while the first guy is dead, then switch over without letting go. But if there's no targets for even half a second, let go, let your recoil settle as much as possible, and then quick snap to the second guy. Okay, so you want to be reactionary. You want to be reactionary to what's happening around you. Alright, AK time. I've discussed a lot of concepts in this, so I might not do the op segment in this segment, but I will be doing another gun segment which will include pistols. So that will probably be included with the op. Alright, so with the AK, very similar concepts with the Colt, except a lot more bursting and slower numbers. AK is my favorite gun. It kills at any distance with one shot to the head, unlike the Colt. So your bullets count that much more. Alright? So it is important that we, instead of really trying to get body shots, because with the Colt, I don't mind getting body shots if I miss the headshot, because I can usually control it good enough that the guy will drop anyways if he doesn't AK headshot me. And if he AK headshots me, chances are I'm gonna be dead anyways, even if I cold headshot him, because it's just, like I said, the Colt takes 2 bullets compared to the AK's 1, and at the highest level, people react basically at the same speed or near to it with rifles. Usually it's just who hits the shot and who doesn't that lives and dies. So with the AK here, I do a lot of 3-4 bullet bursts. Usually 4, still same concept, where I want to put down as many bullets as possible. If I hit him with the first shot, he's dead. If I don't, 3 bullets in the chest finishes them every single time. Nearly. Sometimes it's really long distances, like on Kabul, where you might need that extra 4th bullet. So what I do is, in slow motion, 1, 2, I start pulling down, 3, 4, and once again half a crosser, only half a crosser. So, and in between these bursts, I use a lot of tapping. Tapping is really effective because it's very quick, but it stays almost perfectly accurate. So this would just be a tap session here. You see how accurate that is? Very accurate, but it's still pretty quick. And I can go from headshot to headshot if there's 2 targets. Let's say 2 guys right there. 2 guys really quick, pretty accurate, and I put down 6 bullets in terms of doing 2 bursts. 2 bursts, it's much more, it's much slower that way than doing tap 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 and continuing with a second tap on the second target. So tapping can be quicker and more accurate depending on the situation. I like to throw taps in between my bursts. So if I kill one guy with a burst, I go to the next guy and I tap him down. Okay, so I burst one guy and I tap the next guy down, because it's even at medium range. If it's one guy long range and I burst him, a second guy pops out medium range, I might tap him down, just because my recoil is kind of getting unstable, and it's just, I feel very comfortable with the accuracy of the tap, so I throw that out sometimes. Alright, so basically in full motion, you're going to be throwing together 4 bullet bursts, pulling down on the 3rd to the 4th bullet. On a 4th bullet, you're half a crosser down, and you're mixing that with your tapping. Now the strafing is really important once again, so remember to counter the movement of where you're strafing each and every time. So let's say this is my target that I'm trying to hit right there in the center, and here goes. So hopefully you guys can see that pretty clearly. Most of my bullets are at that range, very, very accurate. I'm putting a lot of bullets in the headshot area, and I'm pulling down with the last ones in the body area to make sure they count, and the guy dies. I'm going to resurface some more ammo and to clear the wall. I have a bit of a cold here, guys, so I apologize if you guys can hear any gross sounds that I might be humanly making. Alright, okay, so once again, so very accurate, very quick, lots of bullets. I do lots of movement. It's important that you don't stand still or duck at that range. If you duck, that coulter, I readjust my aim lots. When you see me shooting, I burst, and I don't keep my crosser on the same location. I kind of readjust it often. I readjust it after each burst. It's really important because you don't get lazy with your crosser. When you snap to something, you're a lot more accurate when you're snapping. But if you just hold it and you just keep tracing, you get a lazy type aim. So it's very important that you readjust your crosser often. So when you're bursting, you see me like pull out and pull back in. It's a constant like I'm constantly pulling back in. So it's important that you burst, pull back, do a little bit of tapping, and mix it up with your aim, with your bursting. That's really important. That you don't get lazy. You don't just strafe and trace. A lot of players strafe and trace. Don't be doing that. A lot of snapping, a lot of quick reactionary type play. Okay. For medium distance with the AK, I don't like to spray too much. A lot of players spray with the AK, and sometimes they hit lotto and they get some kills. You're gonna be a lot more effective if you wall hug or just good strafe action, and you do good bursting technique with the AK. About a 6-bullet burst, you start pulling down you start pulling down your 4th bullet instead of your 3rd because it's closer distance. So he's going to be in slow motion. 1, 2, 3, 4. Start pulling down 5, 6. Reset. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And each single time you're going to do that, and maybe throw in a tap once in a while. Like I said, I tap once in a while from close range. At medium distance with the AK, you're probably penetrating the side already, and there might be 2 defenders on the crossfire usually. So you want to be reactionary again, do a quick burst, strafe, and do the second guy. You want to be quick on that. If you're a CT with an AK, you want to do that same kind of technique I talked about with the Colt, where you're reacting to every single guy separately. You don't spray one guy and transfer over and continue spraying to the next guy. Try, if possible, unless they're all in the open and you're medium distance and they're rushing you, try and to take on both guys separately. And if you can cut the corner, reset your recoil, and re-peek that second guy, that's better than staying and transferring your spray over. Alright, so full on spray here. Ducking, medium distance. So this is my target. Pulling down about the 4th to 5th bullet, and here we go. Jeez, you know what? I have a 33 tick rate private server, and that is why that was so brutal. Jeez, that was ugly. Anyways, I'm gonna try again here. I need to, next time guys, I will set on the 100 tick, because that looked really ugly. Anyways, here we go again. For some reason the Colt was a lot easier on 33 tick rate. Oh, I forgot one thing to mention actually before I start that. It is important that when you're pulling down with the AK, it is about a crosser and a half compared to the Colt. So if this is where I'm starting, it's going to be 1 full crosser, another half. So my crosser will probably end up in the center when it's expanded over here. Okay. Something's not right with the AK with 33 tick. It looks really expanded. I don't know why. Anyways, let me try again. Okay, that was quite a bit better. As you see, the majority of my bullets are in the same little area right there, and it's pretty accurate. If that's a squeaky door, that's the size of a squeaky door. If you're behind the vent there, and you're mowing down everybody in front of that. So I'm not too big a fan of spraying full on at medium range. I usually do the 6-bullet burst, meaning like that. That is so much more accurate, as you see, compared to and if I can just do that over and over. See that is way more accurate than that. But if once in a while it calls to do full on spray, and then so be it. So I'm gonna do one more. I would almost never do standing full on AK spray. That's gonna be pretty disgusting at medium range, pretty unreliable. So here's one more. Jeez. Anyways, yeah, AK full on spray is ugly, but that one was as good. Try one more. I'm pretty convinced it's the 33 tick, because usually I can do that quite a bit better. There you go. That was a little bit better. I think with the 33 tick, you're feeling the little jerkiness left and right a little late. It feels very laggy in terms of that, so maybe that's why I'm not pulling quick enough. But that was a little bit better. I only have 4 bullets there. The rest are fairly accurate in the center, and that's medium range spray. So if a bunch of guys are coming around the corner, I'm sitting there full on spraying, and let's say this is their heads coming around the corner right there. That's pretty decent for that. Where I have, other than 1 or 2 1, 2, 3, 4 bullets. The majority of my bullets are in their head area, and you might hit lotto and get a few headshots, but like that's usually not the best style. Like I said, 6 bullet burst is usually going to be a lot more accurate and on top of each other. That's way more accurate. As you see, I'm piling on the bullets on top of each other there with the AK. So accuracy over speed with the AK, and with the Colt you can get a little spray heavy. Alright, medium, at very close distance, even at very close distance, I'm a kind of proponent to doing quick bursting. So let's say CTs are rushing you on an eco, you have a T, and you're holding this location, they're rushing you. Instead of standing there and full on spraying as many as you can, I don't really think that's the best idea. Sometimes players will do that, and it really is a gamble. I prefer to do a quick burst, cut the corner, get the next guy, get the third guy. You'll see the really pro players, instead of full-on bursting and killing as many as they can, they'll cut one, quick, cut the second guy, quick